heartily welcome you all to yet another national assignment bordering on the transformation of the economic fortunes of Nigerians and beyond. There is no gainsaying that Nigeria is in dire need of industrialization, as unemployment is one of our basic problems that plagues our society today. As you may well know, the committee has just concluded a public investigative hearing, all geared towards enhancing the economic fortunes of the nation, especially for our teeming youths. In the same vein, the committee hopes and believes that the purpose of our deliberation today will be such that all energies will be directed towards making our budget system work and work effectively too. Nigeria's budget and budgeting can no longer be rhetoric, but must more than ever provide opportunity to every willing person to engage in meaningful, productive undertaking, particularly to the youths. We all know that at the moment, Nigeria is an export-dependent economy in terms of generating revenue, particularly foreign exchange, and the development of steel is very sacrosanct to the diversification of our economy from oil. It is this realization that will guide our zeal to work harmoniously to ensure a vibrant economy through the development of steel. It is needless to say that outright underdevelopment, corruption, and mismanagement of the country's natural resources have contributed largely to the challenging economic growth we are experiencing today. Disheartening is the unsavory reports of the dilapidation and abandonment of projects, especially our inability to completely revamp the steel production companies. As patriots, it is pertinent for us to do the needful through legislation to ensure the enthronement of due process and transparency, and also make certain that all the leakages of the system are blocked in order to boost government revenues and move our country forward. As you defend your budget proposal today, be assured that the committee is prepared to intervene in any of your challenges in order for the ministry and its agencies to achieve full implementation of its budget. Worthy of note is that the committee, through its oversight function, will track and fact-check every subhead encapsulated in the budget proposal. Estimate we are here to consider, and therefore urge all and sundry to give this deliberation the seriousness it deserves. This committee would like to see more of the activities of the ministry and its agencies as outlined in the budget. On this note, I request the Honourable Minister to present the ministries first, to appraise the ministry's budget performance for 2021 before we move on to its proposal for 2022 and the jurisdiction as it implies. 1. 2021 through 2022, 2021 internally generated revenue IGR profile and projection, stroke 2022. 2021 budget performance with details of contracts awards, contractors, and status of projects awarded from 2020 to date. Performance and defense of 2021 to 2022 budget.
All I have a copy of this, which is what I want to go through. It's actually an executive summary. Ministry of Operation and the 10 agencies under its supervision for 2021 had 24,475,404,173 naira only. It's broken down as follows. Personnel cost is 10.1 billion. Overhead cost 1.736 billion. Capital cost is 12.605 billion. And that totals 24.475 billion. On page 2, that's the detail of all the ministry and its agencies. Yes, because it's already before you, that's what I'm saying. You know what the ministry and agencies is, just a breakdown. Overhead, total current capital, and then total allocation. Yes. So that's page 2.
That's a summary of 24 billion.
Yes, sir. The summary of 24 billion as it's broken down for the agencies and the ministry. Page 3, we'll go to total appropriation and cash releases from January to September 2021 for the headquarters is broken down as follows. Personnel, the appropriation is 1.164. Total release today is 751,921,000. Of course, that comes to 64.57%. Overhead, 771.937 million. Total release to date is 450.296 million, and that comes to 58.33%. Capital is 4.104 billion. Total release 2.566 billion, coming to 62.54%. Accordingly, there are ongoing capital projects being funded from 2021 budget releases. Details of the jobs, such as title, description, location names, and contractors, has been provided to the committee. It's a very large list.
Sorry?
I said it's been provided. List of contractors, jobs, and everything is with you. Is with the committee. Yes. Yes. Yes, there's more detailed one. So everybody has it. Percentage payment made on some of the projects were provided as requested by the committee. Other few outstanding projects and work processing is ongoing. We'll go to revenue generation. Internally generated revenue performance in 2021 is 3.019 billion. Tender fees, 2.33 billion. Sale of government assets, these were some budget assets that were sold, 189 million. Meteorological testing fees, 500,000. Sorry, that's 189,000. Sale of government assets, not 189 million. 189,000. Meteorological testing fees, 500,000. Everything comes to 3.019 billion. Revenue collected into federation accounts. This goes directly to the account of government. Royalties, 3.843 billion. Fees, 2.363 billion, totaling 6.207 billion. All amounts have been remitted to the Treasury, as shown in the appendix. In 2022, we intend to raise that to 7.315 billion, whereas the sum of 8.830 billion has been projected for year 2023, just from 6 to 7 to 8. Generally, that is the executive summary for 2021. I think from that page, the 2022 starts, but I think we can stop with the appraisal first before we move on.
Sorry?
I finished the 2021 summary. If you look on that page, 4.2 starts with 2022, but I don't think you ask us to go to that yet. So what I've given you is the executive summary of 2021. Unless you want me to go on and just finish this whole document.
Wait.
I represent the good people of Oshodi Solo, Federal Constituency 2. My first question is on if you look at your omnibus report, that's page 7, item 4, you have reclamation of abandoned mine site. I want the Honorable Minister to clarify, because the last time a similar thing was presented, and now we are seeing the progress is at roughly 1.5%. So I want you to clarify for us what you meant by reclamation. Is this some filling of the dump site or what? Because a similar thing was carried out last year. Whether it's a continuation of that. If it's not, we need some clarification, sir.
In your own presentation, you said you have given us the breakdown of the projects.
Yes.
I went through it. I found out that a number of projects, starting from number 7
Yes.
to the last, number 7 of page 8, totaling of 36 projects amounted to about 1 billion is awarded to unknown contractors.
You mentioned here that we are glad to let the committee know that when Segiolola Gold money coming in Lesha or Osun State started this November, and considerable increase in revenue will come in. That is good news. But I want to know all the gold from Zamfara, how much revenue is coming in? If you are looking for revenue from the one that has not started, is the one you are hoping for considerable revenue. The one of Elisha, how much is coming in? Also, let me ask, the sales of cooking gas, cooking coal in Ajakuta, where does it go to? Where do you record it? The cooking coal coming from Ajakuta that you sell, where is the sales recorded?
By power enshrined in this in the ministry, so we can ask from all corners. It doesn't matter where.
No, because
as far as the ministry is concerned,
we have two committees here.
The committee,
there's mining, they've asked all these questions.
No, the other committee may
this
not.
One is still.
The other committee may not look at that.
No, they did.
But no, excuse me. But as far as this committee is concerned, it's independent of other committees, and by right of our jurisdiction, we oversight.
No problem. We will give the
ministry
same answer.
at anywhere.
Into full capacity function. Then what is the position of the much talk about technical auditing? The issue of being a company and government is almost spending over 4 billion naira, Mr. Honorable Minister. What is the turnover at the end of the year? Does government have a large share in that, or the issue of being company limited is by the side and government is spending money, spending over 4 billion naira yearly? What is it achievable there? Because it has not been put to full use. This is confusion, Mr. Honorable Minister.
Can I make copious reference? Let me page 2 of your presentation.
Yes, it's there.
That's the one you call executive summary. I've looked at your 2022 proposal. It's just, I think it even took a dip. It went down. It took Alhaji Shehu Shagari of blessed memory, his government, 4 years to take Ajaokuta to about 90% completion. It has taken well over 30 years for successive administration to play footsie with the implementation of that project. With this kind of paltry allocation, and for a government that has talked in very glowing terms about the need to diversify and industrialize this country, can we be very serious about allocations like this? Do you think that this can take us anywhere?
Now, as someone who's been associated with the ministry, and I always make that disclaimer, I am familiar with these agencies. I'm just wondering, sir, if since you became minister, and with the efforts you have made together with the Minister of State to refocus, reposition, redirect that ministry, if you subjected these agencies to a comprehensive and holistic forensic audit in terms of their mandates, functions, structures, challenges, directions, and compliance with contemporary technology and practices around the world in the area of steel development. You see, I know these agencies, and I don't know if they've changed because I'm no longer, but when I was there, some of them were doing absolutely nothing because the environment in which they were working did not even provide the inputs to do anything, but salary was being paid.
What is it?
As a minister, your portfolio, is it not mines?
And still development.
Good. So as you rightly made mention about that, when you wanted to ask some questions, you wanted to barricade. We agreed that there is some scope and limitation on what we are doing. Having it enshrined by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 80 and Section 89, 88, 89, Subsection 1 and 2, you have the right to ask all those questions. And that is why I wanted to make clarification.
I do not doubt the power, sir.
Yes, but
Sir.
you wanted to hesitate.
Sorry, sir. I just wanted to clarify this.
The documents in front of us, you have a lot of funds that have been released to you. How do you intend to spend it between now and December?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it happened. Somebody video when it was happening. It was gold rush. It was at the border. I'll show you. How many policemen do you want to take to that place? Over 5,000 people working assiduously. That was in one site.
Most people.
So how do you want to stop that
You
illegal
can start
activity?
from somewhere.
No, I've told you this.
Yes, we can start
No, wait,
from somewhere.
let me finish, sir.
The state that doesn't have.
It's not a capital budget. It's not a capital budget. Excuse me. It's not a capital budget. It's a recurrent budget. It's not a capital budget. I've given you an example. Even if you have 200 people, that's 200,000 per day. I'm not even sure that they will take 1,000.
But they cannot go today for 20 for.
I can't remember. That was before I came to office, and the money was paid directly to government account. I've not sold coal since I came to office. Thank you, sir. In 2019, I came to office August 2019. Coal has not been sold. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. See, everybody will account for his stewardship. Wait, I'm coming. Let me explain, sir. I said coal was sold in 2018. Even members of this committee have sent people to me that I should sell coal to them. And I don't want to mention names, sir. Even members of this committee. What I'm coming, sir. Oh, what I'm coming, sir, is I have not sold because it was done in 2018. I have not found any document that gives me official power to sell coal. That's why what is it? They were sold, not being sold. They were sold then. Maybe there was what is it? They were sold legally. I'm coming, sir. They were sold. Sir, when I said